Good morning. Good. Well, it's afternoon now, officially afternoon. Um, and I hope everyone is doing well. Um, hello, Sir Joseph, Jose Pagan, Reason to Allure. Hello, everyone. Um, Okay, bam. So we're going to go ahead and go right into it. Today is the first day of our Curves on Canvas. Yay! I'm so excited to be able to do this in the midst of everything that's been happening with COVID and then with the Black Lives Matter movement. And happy Juneteenth weekend to everyone. Take a look at my cute little fits from Arden's Closets, in little celebratory spirits here. So Curves on Canvas is a art summer summit that I came up with through Good Curvy, where we get to talk to artists who use curves in their artwork. That is the whole idea of Good Curvy. That's what we push. That's what we produce. Curves, art, that's our thing, right? So the first guest that we have coming up is, let me tell you guys, this man is so awesome. The inspiration that he comes with, the passion that he comes with to his work it just makes you want to do better. It makes you want to work with him, makes you want to be a part of what he's doing. I mean, he's just the way that he captures curves and beauty. It's just so authentic. And I really, really love that he was able to come on and talk to us today. And this is Joseph Hood. He's in the comments right now. Sir Joseph Hood has joined. Now, I don't want to, okay, bam. Okay. I don't know why these celebrities have all these issues joining people's lives. Hey, how you
Hey, good
doing?
afternoon. I'm wonderful.
Hold on, let me turn on my volume because I could barely hear you. Hello?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. How are you doing
Okay,
today?
great. I'm doing wonderful. And yourself?
I'm doing wonderful as well. Let me grab my tablet here. It's my water. So I'm so glad. Okay, this is my grandma calling me. I'm gonna have to call her back. Oh my gosh. So what are you up to? What are you up to right
just
now?
at
What were you doing
just
when
at
work?
home at the at my home office, just really just getting the day started. Um,
Okay.
enjoying this wonderful holiday weekend.
Absolutely.
Um,
Did you have any specific plans for the weekend?
no, not necessarily. I was yesterday I was planning on hitting up this Juneteenth event that they had down on Peachtree. Didn't get to make the whole event, but I caught like the tailwind of it on my way home.
Yeah.
Hopped out real quick, checked out some of the artwork and stuff like that. It was beautiful. It was great vibes out there. It was a beautiful day outside, so it was really cool. It was good to see a bunch of black folks out there displaying their art in public and enjoying the times.
And so that was on Peachtree Street?
Yeah, right by the Flatiron Building.
Okay.
So they had, I guess during the riots and everything, they had boarded up the Flatiron Building
Yeah.
and put it like boards on there. So they brought like 19 artists out there, and really all they did was just like create art on the actual boards. So like the whole building is like pretty much like a piece of art now.
Wow. I gotta
Yeah, it's
drive
pretty
by
dope.
there and see what's going on. So, Joseph, again, I just want to thank you for coming in. I'm so glad that you are my first person, my first
No
interview.
problem. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
I was so nervous, but as soon as I saw your face, I was like, it's going to be okay.
Definitely.
So, I just want to get right into it because we have about 30 minutes. I don't want to miss anything. Um,
Okay.
and so, we're going to start with the questions. And so
Okay.
this, of course, just gonna let us pretty much get to know you, get to know your work, what you do, and all that kind of stuff. So, what is your canvas? What do you consider your canvas?
My main medium, I guess, would be photography and film.
Yeah.
But just as of lately, I've been finding myself doing a lot more painting and
Mm,
stuff like that. So I'm looking to just kind of like broaden to, other mediums. In the future, I plan on doing like sculpting and things like that. I'm all it's all about the art with me. So any way that I can express whatever's going on in my mind at the moment, whether it's writing or, whatever, I just try to get those emotions out and get them down. And, I might write something today that I don't finish writing, and then I'll come back to it and it might inspire like an art piece, or it might inspire a photo shoot or something. So I just try to get the ideas out first and then just see where they, escalate from there, whatever.
okay. Now you said you are going into more of a painting kind of field lately. Was there any specific kind of triggers that made you want to use a different mode of or a different medium?
Um, I think at first it was just the ability to do it without having to have anyone around. Like when you're a photographer or whatever, you kind of rely on muses. So it's like you kind of have to have someone or something to kind of shoot. With paint and stuff like that, you can kind of just be in your own vibe and just in your own little circle, your own little space, and just get your ideas out and just let them flow and stuff like that. You really don't need anyone. There's no input because even with photography, you may have a shoot idea, whatever, whatever, but at the end of the day, the muse always has her own input or her own ideas, or whatever. So it always winds up becoming kind of like a collaboration. So with painting, it's kind of just all you, and you can just put all your emotions, all your thoughts without any interruptions or anything like that, or any other influence.
So it's full
Um,
control.
yes, it is. And right now, an artist friend of mine, Eugene Bird, just gave me like these huge, like 6 foot canvases, like life size, human size canvases.
Wow.
Yeah, so I just painted one all black, and I'm working on a piece dedicated to the protest and
Yeah.
everybody that's been passing at the hands of police brutality and stuff like that. So that's something that I'm really vibing out to right now, and just like I was out there during the protests and everything. So a lot of my pictures that I took are kind of inspiring this painting, and so it kind of works both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Now I saw a lot of the photos that you posted from the protests and everything.
Yeah.
And they definitely get the feeling across. I mean, I think you did a great job in capturing, awesome, just really emotional moments and powerful moments. What was your experience like during the protest?
Well, I was out there the whole first weekend. I was out there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Um, my whole thing with the photography is while I was out there, I was noticing a lot of photographers with their own like agendas.
Mm,
So it was like, I would notice whenever something did something bad, like if someone climbed on a police car or something, everybody would rush over to take their picture and stuff like that. So like with the images that I put up, my main thing was just to focus on the positive things that actually happened over the weekend. I didn't post any pictures of any negativity or anything like that because I already knew that the media and everybody else was going to be spinning those kind of angles and stuff like that.
yeah,
So my whole thing is just to show everybody else the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're gonna make it seem like we were just out there trying to break shit and steal stuff and stuff like that, but that really wasn't the case. It was on all 3 days. It was always a peaceful demonstration until police actually forced it to go left. So that was just my whole thing, just making sure that I capture one of the times because just with like the pandemic and the riots and everything. These are like historical times. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like this 2020 is going to go down in the yearbook forever.
right.
So besides capturing the times, I just wanted to make sure that I spun some positivity about it, and I didn't just let everybody just paint the narrative of us just out there wilding out and breaking shit and acting crazy and stuff like that.
Right, right. Yeah, that makes sense. How long have you been an artist? How long have you been doing photography, having that artistic interest?
Um, Artists, I would have to say my whole life. Um, it's funny because when I was a kid, I used to write poetry, and you ever heard of the um, what was that shit called? Highlights magazine?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like the kids. Like when I was like 7 years old, a lot of people don't know this, but I had a poem actually published in the Highlights magazine.
What?
Yeah, it was like my whole school. It was they had like a contest, and my
Right.
whole school had like submitted. Every student had did something and submitted it, and I actually got a poem published in the Highlights magazine.
That's what's
And
up.
then
I definitely
I was
love
doing
that.
music. I was doing music from since I was like 12 years old, 13 years old. So writing and everything has always been my art. And then when I moved to Atlanta to pursue music, that was kind of like on the cusp when everything was starting to go like internet and everything was like content based.
Yeah.
So more people were doing like webisodes and a lot of more filming. That's when everybody was running around with like those little those little camcorders that you just used to hold. They used to like a
The
phone.
little GoPro thingies.
Yeah, like something like that. And we were doing music and I just wanted to document everything we was doing. So I just started, recording us, doing our photo shoots and stuff like that, and it kind of just grew from there as the music kind of dwindled, the art picked up more. I went to school for photography and like that, and just immersed myself in the Atlanta art scene. So I would say I've been in the Atlanta art scene maybe about 6 years now, 6 7 years,
Hmm.
just displaying art, going to art shows, supporting local artists. Every art in my house is either mine or from a local Atlanta artist. Like I try to support as much as possible, and just show that love because um, we're living like in a renaissance right now, kind of like the Harlem Renaissance back in the days. And it's not just the art, it's the music, it's the fashion, it's everything together. These are the times, and in 20 years they're gonna look back and be like, damn, look what was going on at that time. So
Yeah.
I just want to be a part of it all. You know what I'm saying? I want when they start shooting the documentaries and all that about these times, I want them to come for me for the pictures and the video and all that.
Nice. Now, what
So
do we need to know about the art scene in Atlanta? Like, what are some key things or people or places that we just need to know?
the main thing is that there's something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of people when they first come to Atlanta, they kind of go to the more like commercialized places. So they always wind up like at the high,
Yeah.
and then they might end up at like some of the like prominent black galleries, kind of like Zuccotti or whatever like that. And it's just mostly white people, white wine, and slow music, and people kind of start to think that that's kind of the vibe. But as you journey out more, and you start going to galleries like on Edgewood or on Peter Street or in the West End, you start seeing that it's really just a tribe thing, kind of like you got to just find who you are and just search for your people because they're there everywhere. So whether you're into more of like the Afrocentric, proud black, Afro, um, Africa and that whole culture, Gallery 992 might be for you. If you're into more of like what's going on in the world today, the modern hip scene, you might want to mess with Orlando or City of Ink. Or if you're about women's empowerment and stuff like that, you might want to mess with Tila, who's a all women's gallery. They only have women artists that they showcase. So it's a little bit of everything. If you're into more of the historic Atlanta, you can go to like the Art Exchange in East Point, and they have a lot of like the J. Alexanders and the older artists displaying their art there. So it's kind of like the music scene.
Yeah.
Like when I first moved to Atlanta, everybody from not Atlanta, they thought Atlanta was just like snap and pop everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then you come to Atlanta and you realize, well, Old Nat is different from the West End. The West End is different from Decatur. Decatur is different from Candler Road. So it's like you just got to find where your people at and just go there. And there's a little bit of something for everybody. Like it's out there. Like there's not really a like district where everybody's kind of like stuck together. It's a little more spread it out.
Yeah.
But whatever you're looking for is out there. And anybody out there who's interested in art, whether buying, hanging, showing, just holler at me and I'll point you in the direction of, who you should be with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Gotcha. Well, that's cool. That's
yeah.
cool. Let's see. How did you start getting into photographing curves?
It's kind of a multi-layer answer. So one, I started look when I got into the Atlanta art scene. I started noticing that in the paintings like people do, everybody is so like slim and what they consider like commercially attractive. And then it made me start thinking about like the Mona Lisa and like the old Catholic style paintings. They had full figure women in there.
Mm-hmm.
Women with rolls and voluptuous and all that. And then I started thinking about photography, and the most photographed woman of all times is Marilyn Monroe. So what people don't know is Marilyn Monroe was a size 16. Like Marilyn Monroe wasn't a small girl. You know what I'm saying? Like she was voluptuous, she was thick, she was, that's what was the whole allure about her is that she wasn't kind of what everybody else was. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So then there was a bunch of photographers in Atlanta that I liked their work, but the women that they were using as muses just weren't, my type of women. Like um, it's kind of a multi-layer answer. So one, I started look when I got into the Atlanta art scene. I started noticing that in the paintings like people do, everybody is so like slim and what they consider like commercially attractive. And then it made me start thinking about like the Mona Lisa and like the old Catholic style paintings. They had full figure women in there.
Mm-hmm.
Women with rolls and voluptuous and all that. And then I started thinking about photography, and the most photographed woman of all times is Marilyn Monroe. So what people don't know is Marilyn Monroe was a size 16. Like Marilyn Monroe wasn't a small girl. You know what I'm saying? Like she was voluptuous, she was thick, she was, that's what was the whole allure about her is that she wasn't kind of what everybody else was. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So then there was a bunch of photographers in Atlanta that I liked their work, but the women that they were using as muses just weren't, my type of women. Like I attracted to more women of curves. That's my preference. So I just wanted to see art being displayed with the type of women that I found pleasingly and what I thought was the real like everyday woman. You know what I'm saying? So like a woman with curves is more, is more normal to me than finding a stick woman who's just, a size zero. Like you see more women with curves on a day to day. To me, is more realistic. Is more, So
So, what projects do you have coming up with, like photography and women and curves, and or what have
well,
you what projects have you done before? Let's start there.
okay. So before I had a series. Oh, let me show you a couple
Yeah.
things. So we had we had a series that you're familiar with Nova. I believe she worked for Good and Curvy before.
Yes, she did the
Me and
Good.
her, we did a collaboration with Maya Bailey from City of Ink.
Oh, I
We took
love
these
Maya.
photos, and then he pretty much took them and made his own like artistic interpretation. So he has drawings that are pretty much his version of these.
Wow.
Then I've also done pieces for the they have an annual show out here. So this piece is just dedicated to just women and the importance that they play in my life. So it just kind of shows, highlights different, different styles, different curves, different, different aesthetics of women.
Yeah.
Um, I've done things like this, which is with the Philly artist named N Lotus. So this was also a picture of Nova that I did, and she
Wow.
kind of took it and did her own interpretation to it and stuff like that. So yeah. Besides doing my own personal photography work for my own personal shows and stuff like that, anytime I submit to any type of art show or anything like that, I always make sure that I try to find a woman of curve to help me display the message that I'm trying to get across. Because I want it to be as realistic to my life and to, what I know. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yes.
women I know have curves. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I don't know any sticks. So you know. so
So what do you have coming up?
so I'm working right now on my solo show. It's called Rosa,
Rosa?
which is Spanish for rose.
Oh.
It's also my grandmother's name. And it's really just the whole series about women empowerment and just the strength of women, like the rose. Like when people think of the rose, they think of this delicate flower and these pretty petals and all that, but they don't think about the thorns and how, like, a rose is one of the flowers that can actually like withstand the longest once it's been picked.
Yeah.
Like, most flowers like dandelions or whatever you pick, like the minute you pick them, they just start wilting and it's
That's
pretty much a wrap. Like
that's
roses will hold is their composure for long. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? A rose will hold its form forever until you touch it, and then it might crumble to pieces, but it's gonna hold its form and its composure, and it's gonna be bold. It might lose color, but it's still gonna be beautiful, and thorns will still be there. So if you try to touch it the wrong way, it's still protected. So it's all about women's empowerment and just beauty and just the women in my life, both in my family and the women I've loved over the years and all that stuff. So it's just a mixture of everything. And I've done a couple shoots for it already, and I'm looking for more muses to work with and to shoot with. So if there's anybody out there that's interested in shooting or knows anybody or whatever, just holler at me and we can create some magic together.
Wow, that's wonderful. Do you have
Yeah.
any concepts or anything that to look forward to, or is it are you doing like collaborating on the concepts as well once you find
Um,
those?
I have like three basics, pretty much like the beauty, the pain, and kind of like the duality of both. So, the duality speaks of more how like a woman could be how women get up and they'll beat their face and they'll get flawless, but inside they're holding so much, they're dealing with so much and everything like that. So those are pretty much the three tiers. And with all the muses that I work with, I just kind of sit down with them, speak to them, and kind of see where in their life they kind of fit into all that. You know what I'm saying? You might be someone who's currently going through a breakup or something like that, and you feeling the pain right now. Or you may be someone who everything in your life is just going wonderful. You might be the beauty, or you might be someone who's just kind of in between at the moment. So it might be more of the duality. So I like to just kind of sit down with people, talk, bounce ideas, and just see who they are as a person and kind of see how we can work together. You know what I'm saying? Because besides just the art aspect of it, I want every model that I work with to kind of leave liberated and feel like they they gain something. It's just not, they're just not, it's not just about the eye candy. It's more about the
Yeah.
message and of it. And even with anything I do in art is more about the art side of it. Like I've shot some amazingly beautiful women, curvy, not curvy, whatever. And no matter what, I don't just exploit the look of it or um I have like three basics, pretty much like the beauty, the pain, and kind of like the duality of both. So, the duality speaks of more how like a woman could be look, how women get up and they'll beat their face and they'll get flawless, but inside they're holding so much, they're dealing with so much and everything like that. So those are pretty much the three tiers. And with all the muses that I work with, I just kind of sit down with them, speak to them, and kind of see where in their life they kind of fit into all that. You know what I'm saying? You might be someone who's currently going through a breakup or something like that, and you feeling the pain right now. Or you may be someone who everything in your life is just going wonderful. You might be the beauty, or you might be someone who's just kind of in between at the moment. So it might be more of the duality. So I like to just kind of sit down with people, talk, bounce ideas, and just see who they are as a person and kind of see how we can work together. You know what I'm saying? Because besides just the art aspect of it, I want every model that I work with to kind of leave liberated and feel like, they gain something. It's just not, they're just not, it's not just about the eye candy. It's more about the
Yeah.
message and of it. And even with anything I do in art is more about the art side of it. Like I've shot some amazingly beautiful women, curvy, not curvy, whatever. And no matter what, I don't just exploit the look of it or the what everybody think they want to see. Like, oh, she has an amazing butt or whatever. Like, it's not just about that. It's more about telling a story and
Yes.
getting the message out there. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes, absolutely. So, I'll be DMing you about the Muse options.
Okay, definitely, definitely. Like, I would love to collaborate with you more. I would love, anybody who that um wants to be involved. I don't mind paying muses. So if they want to be compensated for their work, I also do the barter system. So if there's any woman out there who's working on websites, OnlyFans, whatever the situation is, we can, trade off services and stuff like that and just make it work. It's about the community of art. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely,
um,
absolutely. So,
and Bella Nicole, holla at me. I would love to shoot you. I've seen you showing hella love. I don't know who you are, but I would love to get to know you.
yes, Bella is
Um,
actually really cool. I got to do one of the virtual shoots with her, and it came out really amazing. Um,
okay, okay. I probably
so
seen it because I seen a couple of them that you were doing, so that was dope.
yeah, yeah,
Also, I
definitely.
wanted to talk to you because now that I'm kind of getting my whole studio situation right, I'm got a couple pieces that I want to kind of give away. I don't know if you can auction. I'll give them to you, and maybe you can auction them off or something like
Yeah,
that, or
definitely. We could definitely work
do a
something out.
giveaway or a raffle or whatever. It's whatever. I just want to spread some love out here, get some people some original artwork, maybe start their collection,
Yes.
and just take it from there.
Yes, definitely. Now tell us all the places that we can find you.
I'm on social media, only on IG, Sir Joseph Hood.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of my art outreach and events through the Artlanta conglomerate. We're the biggest black-owned Atlanta black-owned arts organization in Atlanta. We just secured a property in South Fulton, 70 acres, where we're going to be having like a whole artistic academy where we're going to be helping artists hone skills like welding, sculpting, as well as doing financial literacy classes, teaching
Wow.
artists how to file their taxes and get money back for the artwork that they do and everything like that. And we've actually also I don't see none of my Artlanda people in here, so I can let this go. We actually, because it's kind of a secret, so we actually also just partnered up with the Vault. which is a known gallery in Atlanta. They have two locations, one on Peachtree Street, one in East Point.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be curating shows out of there. So if there's any artists out there who need somewhere to hang their art and want to be involved with shows, just holler at me. Follow the Artlanda Gallery page. We're actually doing a GoFundMe right now
Okay.
to actually start securing not only instructors but materials for the academy. So the link is in my bio. If you donate $1 or whatever, if anybody wants to donate to the local Atlanta art scene, they can holler at us. And we're here. We're here for the people, just to show that love and to just keep Black artists, making money and surviving in this economy, because it's kind of rough out here for everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we'll definitely post up all of your links and everything. Also on the Good Curvy website, we've got your profile there. So your bio, anybody want any more information or just where to meet
Okay.
Mr. Joseph Hood, we've got everything up on the website, and we will update it with all the additional information that he has shared with us today. So I want to say thank you
And
so much. Yeah.
what time is the next seminar? Because I definitely don't want to miss it.
Well, right after you, we've got Anita Yvette that's coming up, and she is a model. But after that, we're doing every other week. So the next one is, let's see, not next week, but the next week, and the date on that is July 4th.
Oh, okay. So that's dope. That's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I'm definitely gonna tune in for Anita, and I'm gonna keep it locked to everything going on because I'm loving this. I'm happy that you're doing this. It was really needed. I love the outfit, by the way.
Thank you. I'm definitely gonna do some pictures in it because I loved it too.
Holla at me. I would definitely pull up.
Okay. Don't.
Bella, definitely holla at me too. Thank you
will.
for showing up love, and peace out to everybody. And thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming. I will talk to you later. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good time.
Bye-bye.